We're off to a flying start already.
This is true. They said they needed somebody whose mic demeanor matches how the D-League get it hype inside that ice arena. For live action analysis and highlights, you need to let your host on the mic. Mr. Reichert be the light to lead you through life between the pipes. Incite like an encyclopedia. Look inside yourself, find the fight to compete in you. Get in while you can, the numbers doubling fast. Asses in the seats and snot bubbles on the glass. Sign your name on the line for your spot and lock it up. This is hockey. We'll see who talking tough when they drop the puck. Try to keep your teeth and knock it up. Sorry about your luck. You should probably go sit down somewhere safe and get doctored up. Turn it up loud, let it knock in your truck. Or in the office, sound waves ripple through coffee cups. Log on, lock it in, and lock it up. It's DLeagueRadio.com. Let's talk it up. Log on, lock it in, and lock it up. It's DLeagueRadio.com. Let's talk it up. Lace your skates up or sit back reading the tea leaves. You are now tuned into the D-League. If you ain't bumping this in your ride, you need a DD. You are now tuned into the D-League. Leave the TV, come and see it in 3D. You are now tuned into the D-League. It's the best podcast in the biz, better believe me. You are now tuned into the D-League.
Well, good afternoon. My name is Scott Van Dort. I'm joined today by JT Nutt, and welcome to D-League Radio. This afternoon, we're going to be bringing you the Moose against the aggressive Goldfish from Buccaneers Arena and the Collins Community Credit Union commentary booth. Nailed it again, third week in a row. I didn't get tired over that. How are you doing today, JT?
Good.
How are you feeling about this game?
I'm glad to see it's going to be two teams pretty evenly matched, so we should get a good game. The Novice League, every week everyone gets better, and the games have all been competitive. It's a lot of fun to watch.
That's one of the best things about the Novice League is, one, seeing the players improve, but even the intensity ramp up throughout the season for all players involved. We've had a number of blowouts today, our team included, and we will leave it at that.
Let's not talk about that.
So let's hope for a close game today, and we have the Moose who are tied for fourth in Novice with the aggressive Goldfish who are third in Novice. That's a pretty even matchup, and on paper as well, a pretty good matchup. Hoping for a competitive game, and we're looking at, the Moose, the clear leading goal scorer with 9 is TJ Fleming, so they'll have to watch for him. Then John Barnhill and Cameron Bruce with 5. Meanwhile, the aggressive Goldfish split their leading goal between 3 people, Ostgen, Collins, and Torgerson for 6. As we have the puck drop and we're away, let's see if these guys can get on the board early. As the Goldfish in Shelton brings it over, and that's a big pass over to Ostgen. So the Goldfish in the corner near the Zamboni doors tries to throw it in front, but that's cut off by the Moose, and that's going to be rammed up, and Tammy Pfeiffer couldn't quite keep that one in, so there's going to be no icing. And the Goldfish will chase it back down into the defensive zone. That was Paul Smith throwing it up the boards. And then Ostgen again, a bit of a play off the boards to himself, and now he's come out with some pace. Oh, but that's almost cut off by Duncan. Duncan whiffs on that one. And now Steinbronn is going to collect it behind the Moose net. Tries to do a backhand feed, and this time it is caught by Duncan of the Moose, the captain, and he will feed it all the way back out, and the Goldfish will reset. Smith again, looking at his defensive partner, makes a bit of a move, but instead coughs it up and then follows it up, and he's going to eventually clear the zone in the slowest of fashions, but no harm, no foul, as the Moose dump that one back in. And now the Goldfish are going to try and walk this out. Pfeiffer with the pass across, and that's eventually going to clear the zone. 1 minute into the period here, and some back and forth, no shots on goal yet. As the Moose are going to try and catch it the other way. Bit of a dump through neutral zone. It gets caught in Pfeiffer's skates for the Goldfish. Defensive partner in Smith takes that and then throws it up, trying to hit Steinbronn. Steinbronn cannot collect it. And now the Moose are going to go the other way. Another stretch pass very early in the game for this many stretch passes.
Exactly.
And then this time a bit of a softer one, a tape to tape that Steinbronn could not collect for the Goldfish. Some long shifts here for some of the players, a minute and a half into the game. But the Goldfish, they have a shot from up in the slot, and that goes wide. Ostgen collects the rebound, throws it across through traffic, but no one can get a hold of that, and it goes out to the point. And again, thrown towards the net, no deflection. That one goes wide. And the Goldfish with really the first defensive opportunity of the game, and that one goes through everyone's skates. And now the Moose have a breakaway the other way. Top of the goals. Shoots that one wide. And the goaltender and Aaron Harris was welcome to it. He didn't have to get anything on it, as it turns out. Now the Goldfish from behind their own net are going to reset. And just like that, an opportunity for either team, as we're talking about the slowness of this. That may be icing, but the puck looks like it's going to bounce and sit up. Now the Moose John Barnhill. Oh, bad pass across the ice. Goldfish cut it off. Shot. Goal!
Oh,
Just like that. The Goldfish respond. 1 goal up 2 minutes into this game. What a shot that was by Michael Stronsky.
that's his 4th goal of the year. There you go, man. That was a heck of a shot.
Oh, my goodness.
I was going to say we didn't get time before the pregame. Now, both these teams have won a game 3-2 each, and then the first game was a 2-2 tie. So, yeah, so it's going to be a tight one. I'm surprised we get scoring this early, but, man, that was a heck of a shot.
Look, you don't want to throw that pass up the center of the ice, let alone feed it tape to tape to someone on the other side of the team.
No.
And then Stronsky, the way he finished that was just a wonderful shot from pretty high up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see him get on the board more as the season progresses, as the Goldfish continue to pressure. Stronsky again this time, but the Moose are eventually going to get that out. Coleman defensively backhands it out, and they're going to have to wait here as Fleming touches up, and he eventually brings it in, shot on goal, just wide there by Jones of the Moose. And now the Goldfish behind their own net, a bit of poise behind their own net early on in this game, not really being pressured on the forecheck by the Moose, and they have opportunities to throw it up to central ice. This time the captain and Duncan will throw it across to the other end of the ice in the neutral zone for the Moose, and that's going to come back early. Some back and forth tennis here in the neutral zone for both teams. Back to the Goldfish, tipped in by McIntosh into his own defensive zone. Here's Stronsky again, another shot on goal. That one goes wide, glove side. Huntsland's welcome to that one. Coleman tries to feed it towards the net. He's playing defensively, and he's pushed in, and Hepley pushes in as well, and now the Moose could be out. McIntosh, oh, good poke check there. Defensive play by the Goldfish. That's thrown towards the net, almost a backdoor again. That was Marquise behind. Now the Goldfish are going to bring it up the left wing. They're in the neutral zone here. Puck handling, makes a bit of a move at the blue line and kind of tricks everyone as he dumps that one in. And now Matt Brines, you hear Coach DeMarchi from the bench screaming time, and he did have time and throws it in. That's tipped in. Oh, not tipped in. Maybe tipped slightly before center ice, so we will have an icing.
I don't see a coach on the bench for the Goldfish right now.
Well, no coach, and we'll see how that plays out when
Okay.
the game gets a bit more strategic as the game tends to carry on.
Exactly, but so far they've kind of controlled the pace of play, but you know the Moose will certainly push back here.
So we'll take this quick moment to thank the Keg Stand, the primary sponsor of D-League Radio, now in its 4th year of being our sponsor, located at 3530 West Town Parkway in West Des Moines. Over 90 beers on tap with new tappings every week as we have a breakaway, a shot, and it's wide. Regardless of whether or not that went in, we still have over 90 beers on tap. Special events and pies throughout the week. D-League events as well, as there's another stretch past some excitement in the game here. Austrian onto the left side to the right of Punselin, feeds it into Shelton. Shelton gets it caught in the skate, and the Moose are going to try and clear, but it's kept in. Good keep by Pfeiffer, and then she taps that one forward. Back to Austrian behind the net. They're cycling here.
Oh.
Dangerous pass in front, went off a stick, went wide. Smith feeds it forward, and that's stick handled away by the goaltender. Now the Moose behind their own net, trying to get it out. Goldfish is still doing some dangerous passes for both teams. Shot on net.
Oh, nice.
Couldn't be steered or deflected by Austrian in front, so a good save by the Moose goaltender. That's Damon Hunselan. And we got an icing, so I'll have a chance to continue to acknowledge the primary sponsor of D-League Radio, the Keg Stand, the official sponsor of the CIDL, and the official home of the CIDL, and as always, the home of D-League Radio. If you haven't checked them out for whatever reason, or if it's been a while, support those that support us and head on down there.
Absolutely. And we're also brought to you by Red Dragon Herbs. With the cold weather upon us, ain't that true? It's what's better than chilly day, nice hot cup of tea. You can enjoy loose leaf tea from its finest at Red Dragon Herbs. They specialize in loose leaf tea from around the world. Find them at reddragonherbs.net.
As we had a shot from above the circle, that was Steinbrunn, and that was punched to the side and almost a deflection out to Austrian, and he couldn't quite handle it for the Goldfish. And so now the Moose are going to try to go the other way. We're having some more neutral zone back and forth. Both teams trying to kind of fill themselves out there. And is that another icing? It is.
Whether we got time for ice, let's do another sponsor read here. So Cherry, whether you're a great new custom jersey for any sport or a fantastic t-shirt for your upcoming event, So Cherry is a one-stop shop for all your specialized needs. You can find them at SoCherry.com and also check out their Facebook page. So Cherry is the official outfitter of D-League Radio.
Thank you to So Cherry for your support. And if you haven't interacted with those before, great stewards of the league and really happy to put together whatever you want whatever quality, whatever price point you need. So check them out or reach out to them if you're in need of any custom outfits. As the Moose are on the offensive, good shot by Duncan at the point through traffic, but that goes off someone's skate and goes wide. Fleming's in front battling with 2 Goldfish, trying to see if he can perhaps screen the goalie and Aaron Harris for the Goldfish. And now it's behind the Goldfish net, and there are 3 Goldfish right on that line. And that pass could not be cut off by the Moose. And now they're going to try and spring Austin on the left side, but he gets stuck a bit. Now he's going to throw it forward. And that should be, oh, no, not quite icing. They're going to give him the benefit of the doubt there. Goldfish are pressuring here, though. Going to get wrapped into the corner out of the Goldfish, and the Moose are going to try and take that one out. It's going to come across to a dangerous place in center ice, and a bit of a drop pass there.
There's another ice
by Shelton, and he couldn't hit his own teammate, and instead the Moose opt to ice. As far as I know, we are not keeping track of the icings today, but perhaps we could. We may break a record if we keep on this track. Lots of teams trying those stretch passes, JT.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, you want to create defense into offense, but sometimes you miss a little bit and he ends up being icing and you're still hemmed in your own zone. Well, luckily in this league, you can change out.
And so here we go. Face off to the left of Punselin. That's won by the Moose, roomed around the back. Now the Moose are going to try and take that one out. Looks like Mark Keese to the right of Punselin. He's eventually going to clear the blue line defensively. Good play. Some back and forth, forehand, backhand by Fleming, but then that's taken away by the Goldfish. Good defensive play there. But here they come, the Moose. At center ice, top of the circles, brings it to the backhand. He's got 2 players in for him there. Throws it towards the net. That goes right through the paint, but no harm, no foul. That was Matt Bryan's. Another shot on net, and that one goes wide to the right. That was from the point there. Looks like John Barnhill defensively. Oh, and that's a dangerous opportunity here. Shot, goal!
Is that Fleming with that?
It looked like Fleming, and he's celebrating like it was his goal, and it seemed like it bounced out to him at the most dangerous of places, not even the top of the left circle, right on the hash marks of that left circle to the right of Aaron Harris. And I don't know if you can really do much there other than just try and hope they hit you in the chest, and instead he picks the bottom right corner, and he gets that one in, and we're tied 1-1, 10 minutes in to this first period. His
10th goal this season. He's always in the right spot at the right time. That's a good shot right there. The goalie screened, so you know, sometimes you got to take a shot like that, and he found the back of the net.
So now the Goldfish are going to try and get that one back. That's Michael Stronsky, throws it on net. Loose in front. Oh, a bit casual there by the Moose, but no harm, no foul. And that'll be Matt Burns who will try to ice that down, but that puck's going to spin rather than ice, so the Goldfish are going to have to beat it back. Goldfish do win that foot race. This time it's Kevin Tilley. Kevin Tilley rims it around. Now, there's a bit of a battle here along the boards. Lyle Collins trying to intercept that for the Moose, trying to get it locked into his zone. And eventually that's going to come all the way out, but the captain, Duncan, with a calm head, he will prevail. Good pass across to Fleming, and Fleming can't collect that on the blue tape of his stick. But he will keep it in, and it's going to be shoveled towards the net. And the Goldfish from behind their own net are going to reset and see what they can do here. Good little pass there to Coleman, and it goes right underneath his stick. They're going to give him a, hey, he tapped that one, no icing. I don't know about that. And he's right in front now. He wants that. Instead, it's to the backhand. Hepley's going to get it instead. He's got time, walks it in. What a shot. What a goal by Hepley. That's some good teamwork there. I don't know if that was Austin trying to feed Coleman. Coleman couldn't quite get on it, and Hepley was all over that shot. Again, very well directed on that one, JT.
Very well, good job out of the defenseman chipping in there to get an easy shot and picking that lower left-hand corner and getting a goal. Imagine if you're the Moose, you might be wondering why there was no icing, but that's one of those things. He tried to make a play on the puck and just missed it, so I can understand why they waved off icing.
Giving him the benefit of the doubt, I mean, and we're all the way up here, so for all we know, he skimmed it. As we have another shot, they're really punishing these low corners. Freeze by Aaron Harris. Some accurate goal shooting early on in this game. The players just aren't throwing it towards the net for the rebounds. They're trying to pick those lower corners, and they're testing both goaltenders early on.
Yeah, considering both games before this, like we said, have been 3-2, 3-2, and 2-2, man, we might double up on that easy. As the Moose, Captain Duncan is going to throw that towards, and that's going to sit up. A little deflection there by Shelton. We'll call it a shot block because it didn't go in the goal, but it was real dangerous. And Aaron Harris may want to freeze this, see if he can get his teammates to reassess, but instead they're going to throw it back up. Duncan's going to backhand a dangerous spot here if they can get a shot on net, and a shot on net they cannot get. That was Creddy Clark. Cameron Brace, I apologize, who was trying to get that shot off, and he could not. Helvey tries to go the other way, and it sits up.
Geez, the puck's really not sitting down for anyone here, and Steinbrenner is
No.
going to try and get it to sit down for him, and he cannot collect that puck handle. And now the Goldfish, yet again from behind their own net. We're going to have Tammy Pfeiffer. Eventually, oh, the Goldfish cannot get it out. That's Helvey with a good keep. We've got all 5 Goldfish in their zone here, and eventually Oxygen's going to try and spring, and he does get it out, and if he can bring it across, he'll come out with speed, and he cannot collect it. Instead, that's Helvey with a bit of a drop pass down to his defenseman, and a good stretch little pass there by Matt Brines. And
Whoa!
some tap dancing at the blue line, nothing untoward there, but that's Tammy Pfeiffer now on the forecheck. She's trying to get something on it. Eventually, it's going to be kept in. Good pressure there. Ostrian tries to hit that back, and it goes off her skate. Back to Ostrian. Feet in front. Dangerous spot. Puck is loose. Puck is covered. That was Tyler Shelton, who couldn't quite get a firm shot on, but did enough to redirect it towards the net. And Damon Punsalon, with the save and the cover, was welcome to the challenge.
And enough of the way goals are going in this way, you never know what's going to happen. So, is Cobble the coach of the aggressive Goldfish? Or I'm sorry,
Cobble is the Voodoo coach.
Voodoo. Okay, okay.
Yeah. But I mean, the weather. Oh, good shot.
Oh,
Oh, is that
goal.
in? Is that in? No, it is
No,
not.
it's not.
Off
Okay.
the left of Damon Punsalon's post and right back out. But it has to be said, they're very much inside of that post as it bounced right back into his padding. That was a good shot there off of the faceoff. Was that Steinbron or someone else shooting that one?
I was too busy watching the puck, but a replay official was right on the spot telling us that that did not go in.
And I believe that inside of the post it very well could have been, as they're going to press here again on the Goldfish.
Man.
They're up 2-1, and they're seeing if they can get a bigger lead and extend that with 6 minutes left in the first period. TJ Fleming is going to try and collect that, and he's pressured. Oh, and he walks to the cross, brings it to the top of the right circle. Shot steered aside by Aaron Harris. Good save there by him, but no out of danger yet. The Goldfish are going to try and walk that out, and Steinbrod now calmly at center ice, and a bit too calm as Fleming comes and picks his pocket, lifts the stick, and he's going to try and split the middle of the defenders. Pfeiffer gets to it, steers it across. Fleming is still pushing. What an individual effort. He gets the feed across. What a hockey play. Puck is loose in front. Oh my goodness, what a play there by Fleming. Just the individual effort to walk around 3 of the Goldfish players and then feed it across to his teammate. I think that was Blake Curran. He couldn't quite get it into the net, but he got that shot on goal. He did challenge Aaron Harris. Harris, way to get across as well. That's one of the best plays I've seen today.
Yeah, that was a quick pass, a great pass and a quick shot, and when you got a one-timer like that, you just got to get it off quick, and fortunately it didn't go in for him.
And here's Shelton trying his hand at a rush, and the rush he does, gets steered wide though, throws it towards the net, and he's going to try and collect his own backhand, but Damon Punsalon instead steers it to the side. And this is Fleming again with a backhand pass to his defenseman. That was Duncan, and Duncan tries to hit Lyle Collins further up, and he cannot. Fleming is all over the ice here and definitely having an impact whenever he's on. Duncan cannot get that pass out. It's caught off by Steinbrunn. It's going to come back out to Lyle Collins of the Moose. He's on the left side here with 4 minutes left in the first period. 2-1 to the Goldfish. No icing. Duncan with a bit of time here and not a lot of pressure. So defensively, he's going to do that. Stretch pass up to Fleming. Fleming loses it on his stick. Brandon Wiggins hassles him. And now it's going to come out again. A lot of neutral zone play back and forth here. And now here comes Fleming. If he can cut in, he's going to be dangerous. He doesn't need to cut in. He tries to pick that bottom left corner, and a good pad save by Aaron Harris.
Good play by the defenseman to cut off the angle, too.
Now Heppeley of the Goldfish is bringing it up the right side. Bit of incidental contact against Duncan. Duncan is still down and slow to get up. And he's talking to the refs as this happens. Heppeley comes over to acknowledge him and says, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to." And amongst all of that, the puck ends up behind the goal and then iced around.
There's another icing there. We'll take this time to talk about Eggs and Gem, located at 1907 EP True Parkway in West Des Moines. The breakfast and brunch restaurant that's taking Des Moines by storm. Great atmosphere with 90s hip-hop theme. Crazy artwork on the walls is only surpassed by the food. Open until 3 in the afternoon, Wednesday through Sunday. Eggs and Gem in lovely and scenic West Des Moines.
Face off to the right of Punsalon. Quick win by the Goldfish, and tries to backhand it, does Matt Coleman, and instead he's going to get caught behind the players. The Moose are on the rush here. Good pass forward. They're going to have it on the backhand. Oh, fed to the front. It's loose. Good clear there by Stronsky of the Goldfish. He had a goal at one time and a huge defensive play there. The Goldfish are going to try and clear the zone, but instead it's kept in. Moose, loses it in his feet. That was unfortunate by Helvey. But then it's still going to be kept in. Matt Coleman's trying to pester the Moose defensive point.
Got a whistle on White, it sounds like.
And so it could be, we've seen this earlier in the day, players standing in the paint, they'll blow the play dead and just take it just outside the zone. And I don't see anyone being guided towards the penalty box. Or is it a too many men? What do we, oh, yep. So my guess would be just blowing it dead, taking it outside of the zone, someone lurking in the paint a bit too much.
Yeah, you're not allowed to be in the paint in this league.
You're allowed to cut through it if you're moving.
Yep.
And bring it in there if you're taking a shot, but you can't lurk in there.
No campers allowed.
Stronsky, oh, he's going to try and get his own rebound.
Stronsky's having a strong game. He's got a goal, a couple shots, and then a nice defensive play on the last series. So he's playing a strong game today. Such
a strong game that I really wish I knew for certain how to pronounce his name and didn't have to tentatively say Stronsky when it could be Stroinsky, but we'll follow that up afterwards. Much to my embarrassment, I have learned that Jargerson is not Jargerson, but he is Jagerson.
Really?
Yes, he is. I spoke to him yesterday, so I'm just learning a lot of things these last couple of days. As there's a bit of a face-off action and then a blocked shot, and the Moose are going to try and clear the zone here. Almost kept there by the Goldfish, and now the Moose are coming the other way. That's Helvey, who tries to feed his teammate in front, but good defensive pressure by the Goldfish. Look at all four of them back immediately. But it's Barnhill at the point, and then he's blocked by Steinbron. If Steinbron can get out, it's just going to be him, but he is pestered by Barnhill of the Moose. Good defensive play by Barnhill after giving up the puck, and that's going to be tapped in by Ostjen. There's going to be one Moose who's going to come down and try to get that out. That's Dan Jones. Dan Jones rims it up. Kept in at the point by the Goldfish. Fed forward. A few people falling over and doesn't go too deep. Lyle Collins is going to try and backhand it out, but that's kept in by the Goldfish again by Smith, but that is very, very much thrown wide. Ostjen's going to get it near the Zamboni doors. Backhands it to no one, but then it comes out. And does it sit for Smith? No, it does not. And then the Moose are going to try and feed themselves, and instead they're going to ice it.
That's got to be, what, our sixth icing of the game? I should have started keeping track here, but yeah.
That was Collins, who was in a very dangerous place if he could get a handle on it. As it stands, there are 35 seconds left in this first period, and so it wouldn't surprise me if we saw maybe one opportunity for either team and then an end to the period. The Goldfish are going to have the greatest opportunity with the face-off just to the left of the Moose's goal. And it is one back. Smith keeps it at the point. 17 seconds left, and the Moose are going to go on a rush. Oh, what a stretch pass. That hits Fleming. Fleming's at the right side, brings it to the forehand, throws it, saves by Harris, shuts it down, covers it, and that will be the end of the first period. Fleming had a yard, an absolute, I don't even know what you would call that, a paddock to work with on the ice.
Yeah, well, and he tried to go 5-hole there and then gave the goalie a little bit of love there after the fact, so. Fleming's a good player, man. I like watching him play. Well,
and just such good positioning by Harris to not bite on the chance or cheat over to the right side. He just stayed absolutely firm on that left post. And I mean, body positioning is 80% of goaltending, or what I'm told, or so I'm told. And he gets the save. It also did look like the puck kind of sat up and wouldn't sit down for Fleming, so perhaps couldn't do as much with it as he would have liked. As it stands, 2-1 to the Goldfish at the end of the first period, and this game could really go either way at this stage. A few good saves by Punselin, and Harris is stand firm as well, so some good goaltending early on.
Good goaltending, good pace of play. I can't believe we're into the first intermission already. That first period went freaking fast, man.
And you want to see this? 9 shots on goal for the Moose and 10 shots on goal for the aggressive Goldfish, and that's relatively even.
Yeah.
I will say the Goldfish perhaps peppering the area around the net a bit more and shooting it wide, so maybe not as much offensive pressure as they've had is reflected in that statistic. But they'll take the 2-1 lead.
Absolutely. They've been really buzzing the whole game. I will tell you, I will give credit to the Moose defenders for keeping the puck in the net. There's a couple times that one time in particular, they had a really long shift of keeping the puck in the zone, and just because their blue liners were keeping the puck from leaving the zone and keep cycling it through, you keep it in that offense zone, eventually something good's going to happen. So
to start the second period, we'll have the puck drop at center ice. Ends up in referee Kelleher's skates for a bit before it eventually is cleared out. And we have Matt Coleman of the Goldfish falling over for no reason in particular. As Fleming for the Moose is going to bring it up the right side. He wants another shot on Harris. Instead, he feeds it back to 2 of his trailing defensemen, and Duncan may be caught out here. Some good back checking by the Moose. But Wiggins is coming up with pace up that left side. Can he lock it in? Oh, it's just going to come out. Almost cut off again by the Goldfish. And now Fleming's going to go the other way, up that right side again. Stick lift by Pfeiffer, brings it to the forehand. He's in a dangerous shot here. Oh, just saved off the right side chest pad of Aaron Harris. Another save by Harris on Fleming. We got a repeat here. Wiggins is going up that left side trying to get his own puck, and this time he wins the foot race. Good hustle there by him, and Fleming is all the way back behind the other net now for the Moose. Stronsky is going to try and feed it in front, but there's no one there, so it's going to come out to Current, who's going to backhand it out for the Moose. Trying to get some offensive pressure going. And instead, it's going to come all the way back down into the Moose zone. The Moose are going to do a bit of a flip pass. And that's going to be carried by Pfeiffer, and she's going to bring it up the left side of the boards. Gently pushed forward by Keese of the Moose. And now we have the Goldfish behind their own net, rooming it around. Kind of stuck behind. We're going to have Pfeiffer behind her net again. Up the Zam doors. And Coleman at the point cannot keep it in or get it out. Bit of a walk in there by Barnhill, but he can't get a shot on that. And the Moose with some sustained pressure here. Another shot, but that's blocked by about 3 different bodies. Another opportunity there. That was Current of the Moose trying to get his second own rebound. And instead the Goldfish with pace the other way. Here we go. Up the left side. Stronsky from inside. Oh, what a goal. What a goal. Wow. Top of the left circle, and he just seemed to feed it low glove side to my knowledge. And what a shot that was. Beats Punselin 3-1 Goldfish.
Punselin didn't have much of a chance on that unless he got really aggressive to play the puck. I mean, yeah, that was just, man, what a quick play and what a great shot there. And Strawinski, we'll go with that for this time.
Strawinski.
Has his second goal of the night, and now he's up to 5 goals on the season.
And you don't mind 2 goals in just over 1 period of play. You know, you start thinking if you're an ambitious man, perhaps it's on the cards today. 2 goals in 1 period. I got plenty of time to get a third.
Yeah.
As it stands, he's going to be happy with the 2-goal lead for his team as the Goldfish are going to put some sustained pressure in again. I will note, as much as that breakaway, oh, and now we've got another opportunity. That's Helvey of the Moose, and instead it's steered aside by the Goldfish in defense. I will note that the Goldfish are playing a man or two way back behind the play. The Moose are pressuring a bit more, so that's going to be high risk, high reward, and in that term, it was very risky as the Goldfish got that breakaway and eventually the goal to Stronsky. Now the Moose are going to go the other way. Bruce tries to feed someone, and instead the Goldfish are going to take it out. Good pass forward by Austrian, and it's off the tip of Steinbron's stick. And instead, the Moose, that's John Barnhill, is going to have it behind his net, see if he can get it out and go the other way. Good pass up to the point, that's Bruce. And now they've got a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Bruce on the right side, he's got 2 teammates to his left, and he looks them off and then walks down, tries to feed it up to the point, shoveled towards the net, and then back up to the point. Dan Jones tries to keep it and shovel it forward, and good defensive play by the Goldfish. That was happily up the boards, strong along the boards. The puck's going to come back to him, deflects off his stick towards Aaron Harris, his goaltender, and now he's going to have it behind his net. Is Hepley. He's got another opportunity to work with it. Tries to flip that one forward. Steinbronn tried to flee the zone before he had possession of the puck. It's kept by the Moose. Now the Moose shot on goal. Saved by Aaron Harris. That was a quick shot there by the Moose on a sharp angle, and Harris was welcome to the challenge. Left pad save, stuck in his left pad, behind his left pad, as it turns out.
I'm looking at our stat sheet. Is that actually Harris, or is that Nick Foster? I can't see from this far away.
I've seen Harris around the rink earlier today.
Okay.
I would be very surprised if it weren't Harris, and I believe it is Harris.
It is Harris, okay.
We can confirm that if we see the mask get taken off later on.
There we go.
For now, that's Aaron Harris in net for the Goldfish. Face-off win by the Moose. Back to the point. Wrist shot. Oh, that's loose. Almost goes 5-hole. And who is that, number 4 for the Moose? You want to give me a chance of pronouncing his name?
Number 4 for the Moose. I'm going to say Burns.
Burns? Okay.
That's typically how you pronounce that.
Okay, so Burns is, I mean, he's got a good shot and it kind of bounced towards Harris, and Harris just shot the 5-hole. Throws his head up in despair, thinking maybe he'd snuck one through there. As it stands, another save for Aaron Harris. He's been good today, been sharp. We got a battle here, and the Goldfish are going to try and rim it all the way around. And a very good keep there. Oh, and now we've got to rush the other way. Goldfish on the breakaway if they can cut him. One man coming back to defend. He's on a sharp angle. Loses the handle, but the goalie's out of the net. Can't get the wrapper and feed in front. 3 Moose were back to defend. And now, are we going to have an icing the other way? Yes, we are.
Icing.
Oh, my goodness.
That was our good friend Michael going for the hat trick right there. Just got a little bit behind, and unfortunately, no one was crashing down. Otherwise, man, they would have had an easy tap-in goal. But he almost could have done a wraparound right there.
Well, what happens is he comes down the right side to the left of Punsel and loses the handle on it, but quickly collects it behind the net. And you're right. He did have the opportunity for the wraparound or at least the feed in front. He did feed it in front, and there were 2 moose there and no Goldfish.
Goldfish lucky to survive that one. Or Moose lucky to survive that one, I mean.
And the Moose, they're going to keep giving away those breakaways if they have their defensemen pinching up as they are currently. They're going to bring it into the offensive zone, though, this time. Oh, a bit of a walk and a shot. Oh, big rebound in front, and that's cleared out by Pfeiffer. What a clear that was, a defensive play there by the Goldfish defenseman. That was a very dangerous rebound right in front, and it turns out she ices it, but it was the slowest of icings, and everyone was caught down at one end of the ice, so we couldn't get by to cancel that out.
Well, the Moose kind of have to start pinching in here because, I mean, you're down 2 goals. Your defensemen are going to have to pinch in and try to get some offense generated here. So, I mean, high risk, high reward, but at some point you got to go for it.
And you're really going to have to trust Punselin to bail you out in instances such as that because the breakaways are going to keep flowing as there's a face-off win to Barnhill of the Moose, and it's picked. Steinbronn gets it out, brings it to his forehand, but Barnhill pesters him, and then eventually the Goldfish are going to get out. And someone's out again. Who is this up the left side for the Goldfish? That is Austrian. Shot on net, saved by Punselin. And I'm sorry if I sound frustrated, but they're hanging the goaltender out to dry out the Moose. The defensemen are just jumping up in the play, and there's almost 3 centers at the moment rather than 2 defensemen out there with them. Feed in front. Oh, dangerous positioning here. That's Fleming behind the net, tries to get some sort of Moose action in front, and he cannot. And now Pfeiffer with some fancy footwork is going to try and flip it off her boards and bring it up, but that's cut off by Barnhill, and now she's out of position. But Smith is back defensively covering hers. And then the Goldfish are eventually going to clear the zone. Some neutral zone back and forth here. And now we're going to have Austrian. If he can get past this one Moose player, it's going to be him away. He's got Shelton away if he can feed him. He does try to feed Shelton. Good defensive play there by Barnhill of the Moose. Way to get back, pressure, and then cut off that pass. Puck trickles in front. Goldfish from the point. Shot wide. Oh, just blocked it aside there by Punselin. Another save for him through traffic. Don't know if he caught sight of that one until the last moment.
Made that look pretty casual.
He did, but gee whiz. Block a punch away that bounces just wide of the net. That's dangerous. So there are 3 Moose back and 1 Goldfish in between. And he's going to draw, throw it to the net. Puck is loose, still loose. And that was Justin Austrian of the Goldfish right up in the crease, all up in Punselin's space, trying to see if he could get a rebound.
I was going to say give props to Dan Jones right there, that just getting the puck back to his goalie and letting him freeze it because there's no reason to try to move it out. Just reset, get a face-off, hope you win it, and get it out of the zone.
And so I want to draw attention to the Moose defenseman yet again. And when I look at the bench, I see Steve DeMarchi coaching. And he actually worded his own defensive style of play as miscellaneous earlier today to me. That's a quote from him. And that seems to be what the Moose are rolling with. High risk, high reward, but giving away a few breakaways just halfway through this game. You try to limit those to 1 or 2 a game, not 4 or 5 within the first half.
Yeah, there's a couple times the aggressive Goldfish have a guy just sitting right in the blue line and nobody's marking him and he just skates in by himself.
And those stretch passes are working out. And the Moose, they're going to have a 3-on-2 if they can get here with pressure. And instead, that was Michael Stronsky with his 2 goals, who cut that off and then threw it forward. Shot on net, steered aside. That was Coleman with a good shot, but just as good a save by Punselin to his left side. Now behind the net are the Moose. They're going to reset, try to get that up. Weird bounce off the boards. That's going to be offsides. And now Fleming is going to try and feed his teammate. Instead, that's cut off. This time it's Kevin Tilley with a good defensive play, as they would have been away. Would the Moose have if Kevin Tilley hadn't cut that off, and they may still be away as it stands up. They're coming up the left side. They're pushed wide by Happily. He's got it on the backhand, still wide. Oh, somehow gets that up. We got a delayed penalty here. And
how did he get that shot off?
We can only presume this will be against the Goldfish.
Interference, yeah, interference. That's the right call. Yeah.
Holding, perhaps, something along those lines. And he's looking for.
Oh, they're calling it on the Moose.
That's interesting, as the Moose were the ones with the offensive play forward. Perhaps some holding in the crease. Those of you watching on Facebook Live or watching this footage later, perhaps you can rewind that.
That was on Burns, who was the one shooting the puck. So we were kind of screened by a couple players there, but he must have done something that
And we have Duncan, the captain for the Moose, leaving the ice. As far as I know, he was not involved with that play. Perhaps to reset, perhaps some issue with his skates. Hopefully no injury there.
I hope he's not injured. It looks like he just might have an issue with his gear.
So, a power play, is it?
Yep, power play for the aggressive Goldfish.
So why did that start in their defensive zone?
I'm not sure.
Okay. I don't know a lot about hockey, but I feel like I know a little bit.
You know how to play defense pretty well.
And I feel like I know where the power play should start, but it started in the defensive zone for the power players. Regardless, I do think the Goldfish are on the power play here, as Hepley has it behind his net, and he's pestered by the forechecker of Helvey for the Moose. And he's going to try and get away from Helvey, but Helvey is still pressuring. Big stretch pass. That went through about 3 sticks. That can't be icing. Oh, they call that one icing as well. The refs are going for the record, too, as it stands.
Apparently. Could be up to a baker's dozen by now.
Oh, it's getting up there. So it is a power play for the Goldfish. This time, and yes, we can look at and perhaps we'll be able to see what that play looks like. As it stands, we're going to have the face-off to the right of Aaron Harris. And the Moose trying to get some sustained pressure whilst on the kill. Oh, and that's just kept in, thrown towards the net. Good play there by the Moose. That was James Helvey with that keep and throw in. And then another dump in by Lyle Collins. They're killing some time here, only 50 seconds left on the penalty. The Goldfish are trying to get it out, and Hepley can't get it around. He's going to have to try and go reverse it around Helvey. Instead, it comes out to Keese of the Moose, who's going to try and clear it in. And now, watch out as the Goose are going up, and that's Paul. Oh, no, that's not Paul Smith. That's Kevin Tilley with the shot and the glove save by Punselin. And he'll hold on to that every day of the week. Kill off 20 seconds or so of that penalty. Have a slow line change.
Exactly. He's had enough of the aggressive Goldfish buzzing around his net this morning that he's not going to let her this afternoon. He doesn't want anything to happen. But that did end up being Matt Burns with a holding minor.
Matt Burns with a holding. Okay, okay.
We got some fans below us, perhaps? I don't know where that's coming from.
Oh, and he stepped on early. He stepped on with 3 seconds left. That is very interesting.
Well, they let him out, so maybe there's an issue with the penalty clock not being correct.
Very interesting. We can only assume that is the case.
Yeah.
I think he wasn't exactly eager to get out. And that was Matt Burns. And the Goldfish now are going to try and bring it in. Amongst all of this confusion, they got a 3-on-2. Oh, and Austrian then leans up, chest to chest. Oh, and that's a blocked shot there by Jones in front. Good block. Comes out to Pfeiffer at the point. She's going to throw that one in for the Goldfish. And now the Moose are going to try and eventually clear that out. That's Smith who's going to backhand it back, but they're a delayed offside, so they're going to have to reset. That's Austrian who is trying to harass the Moose. And instead, they're going to bring it up, gain the red line, and dump it in. Haven't seen much of that today, as the Goldfish are going to have it behind their net this time. This time it's Tammy. Pfeiffer is going to feed that one out. Oh, and now another bit of a foot race. Some hustle by Austrian, but he's very wide on the left. He's got that on his backhand, so he's maybe going to try and feed it in front. Feed it in front, he does. Caught up in the sticks, puck is loose. Dived on by Punselin, and he knocks one of his players over in place. Barnhill's looking for a penalty. I don't know if you're going to get that if your own goalie is taking your skates
No,
out.
I don't. He just also knew he was down. He didn't know who did it. But, yeah, who was that? It looked like Steinbron again, making a good play for the Goldfish.
It could, yeah, Steinbron or Austrian. It seems to be either one of them is making up with some pace. And when they're not there, Stronsky is going with pressure as well. So it's some good offensive forechecking by the Goldfish. And the Moose are going to want to see if they can get some puck luck and perhaps get on the board here, as the Goldfish seem to be locking them in pretty well. They've got it in their defensive zone. Big stretch pass out there, and that hits Curran. If he can collect these away a bit, and he cannot collect it, gets caught in his skates. He brings it across to the forehand and tries to feed his teammates, but they had to hold the blue line. Now we got a delayed offside. And the Goldfish player, ooh, that's going to come out to Fleming. So a bit of confusion there. We had about 4 of the Moose all lined up at the blue line, which looked a bit chaotic for a moment. As it stands, comes out to the neutral zone, and Fleming dumps it back in. Now Fleming's going to try and collect it as it comes back out to him again at the neutral zone. He's very wide on the left here. Loses the handle, and now it's up in the Zam doors. Feeds it back to the point. What a pass that was. And now a shot from the point is going to come on net. Bounces around in front, and then that's going to be cleared out by the defensive play of the Goldfish. Now Wiggins is going to try and feed that across to his teammate, Matt Coleman, for the Goldfish, and he can't get to it. Blake Curran's going to beat him to it for the Moose. shoveled forward, and it's going to come back to Wiggins if he can collect it. He brings it onside. He's got 2 teammates on the other side. Oh, and a good defensive cut by Barnhill of the Moose. 2 Goldfish just screaming for the puck, and it was cut off by Barnhill. Good idea by Wiggins, but just not quick enough. And
hey,
you know the
another
word of the
icing.
day. We got an icing again.
Well, Barnhill's been playing really well defensively, positioned perfectly in that one. Yeah, he was in perfect position to cover the pass or the shot, and that's something that not a lot of people do because, as they say, even in the NHL, one of the hardest things to do is be a defenseman and learn where you're supposed to be at the ice at all times.
Lots of stretch passes today, and a few of them are starting to connect a bit more. And if the Goose can get on the proper end of some of those, perhaps they'll be able to get on the board here and cut that deficit in half. Some forechecking up, but dumped in by Happily. And that's going to end up eventually on the stick. Oh, and that's cut off by the Goldfish. That's Steinbron. Puck handles it, tries to feed forward to Happily, and Happily going to put the shoulder up and see if he can get possession, and instead the Moose are going to come away with it. That was a good play there. And now we feed forward, and where's that get stuck? We're going to have Helvey, but he's going to be 1-on-3, so he instead decides to just throw it towards the net. It was going wide, and it was almost deflected in by Aaron Harris goaltending. That's going to come out to the point. Back pass there to Dan Jones. Dan Jones is going to have it on the backhand, feeds it backhand forward, and then it's going to be cut off. And now we've got a 2-on-1 unless the Moose are getting back with pace. And they do, but still up the right side. The Moose, oh, geez, the Goldfish were looking dangerous there. Goldfish behind the net, tries to feed in front. Just not quite on top of it. That was a good feed from behind the net. Shelton, I believe, trying to feed there.
Broken up by Matt Burns, another great defensive play by him.
Burnsy with another good play. Austin behind the net. Oh, and very dangerous look. And thankfully there are no people with jets for the Moose, as they may have tried to split the line there and get a bit of a breakaway. Instead, Happily has quite a lot of time to think about it. Feed Shelton. Shelton's got some time to skate as a Moose player jumps off the bench, and he decides instead to ice it. That's okay.
No, we haven't seen that at all in this game.
Oof. So we'll take this moment with yet another icing to, again, thank our sponsor, the primary sponsor of D-League Radio, the Keg Stand, now in its 4th year of being our primary sponsor, located at 3530 Westtown Parkway in West Des Moines. Over 90 beers on tap and just great food, great vibes, great everything, really. And a longtime supporter of the CIDL, the official sponsor of the CIDL, and even longer a supporter of D-League Radio. Please go and check them out, especially in this cold weather. Nothing wrong with just going down there as the puck is loose in front and checking out the Keg Stand, helping those that help us. 3530 Westtown Parkway, and food specials Monday to Friday. The Goldfish with some pace the other way, but the Moose are doing a better job of getting back and cutting off those true breakaways. At the moment, they're just some rushes, as they do have a shot from the point, and that bounces forward. Oh, no. Deflected in front by John Barnhill, and that would be a good deflection if he was a forward for the Goose. And as it stands, he is a defenseman for the Goldfish. He is a defenseman for the Moose, and it just kind of bounces up into Punselin's glove. Good save by Punselin on that weird and probably unexpected redirect.
Yeah, and that's one where you go and apologize to your goalie after that, and everything, no harm, no foul, but he certainly made things interesting.
Face-off is one to the left. And then that's eventually going to be cut off by the defensive play of the Moose. And now it's right in front, and dangerously so. But Brandon Wiggins can't get the handle on it. He's going to pressure the Moose up along the boards, and that's going to be kept in by Pfeiffer. Oh, and Wiggins tried to get the redirect. Behind the net now for the Moose. That's Jason McIntosh who's going to feed it up, and that's going to be kept again at the point. Oh, good shot. Bounces right in front, kind of on a hop. Good save there by Punselin. The Moose are going to try and get this one out. They've got time to skate. They're not being pressured. It's going to be a 3-on-3, so let's see what they can do on this breakout. And Fleming just takes it in, keeps it on the forehand, drop past the brace, shot wide, comes out the other side, backhand in front, and then steered aside by the Goldfish defenseman. Now the Goldfish, look, they're streaming away. There are 2 of them that are almost already behind the play. They want those breakaways again as there is 15 seconds left in the second period. TJ Fleming for the Moose is going to see if he can change that. Brings it in, forehand shot. Oh, just wide. It looks like he got caught in about 2 of his pads there and somehow came out. There will be another icing just to finish the second period for the heck of it. Theme of the day. But Fleming looking dangerous there at the very end.
Yeah, Harris didn't see that first shot, and unfortunately it stayed out, but he was screened by a couple of his own guys and a couple of the Moose as well. And, yeah, but no harm, no foul once again. So
So
another quick period. Holy cow, this game is going by fast.
well, and all the way back at the start of the second was Michael Stronsky. So 1 minute and 52 into the second period, and then no goals for those last 18 minutes.
Yeah.
As it was more of an arm wrestle than anything, some good chances at both sides. Harris is getting a bit more tested as the game goes on. A few shots which have gone wide, and if they can just focus in on that, the Moose may put some on the board and make a real game out of this in the third. As it stands, only a 2-goal lead to the Goldfish.
Yeah, well, TJ Fleming's got 10 goals on the season. You can see why he's really good with the puck. Got a good shot, got some speed, but, I mean, he can stick handle with the best of them, especially in this league. And, yeah, just every time that they've had a chance, he seems to have been involved.
And so, in continuing acknowledgement of our sponsors, we would like to thank Eggs and Jam, located at 1907 EP True Parkway in West Des Moines, the breakfast and brunch restaurant that has taken Des Moines by storm. A great atmosphere awaits you there. There's a hip-hop theme and just great food. Fantastic dishes with clever 90s names, all made with the freshest local ingredients, and again, daily specials. So check them out and try something a bit different. A full drink menu is also included for your morning Bloody Marys and mimosas. Open until 3 in the afternoon, Wednesday to Sunday. Eggs and Jam in West Des Moines. Thank you to you for your support. As we have the puck drop to start the third period. Moose are going to see if they can really wind back on this. They've had a few good chances, and they're going to try and keep that up. The Goldfish really probably just going to keep doing what they're doing. Keep on keeping on. 3-1 lead is going to sound great to them right now.
Yeah, they take that in a heartbeat.
So a good battle on our hands here as the Goldfish are going to try and bring it out. Oh, and it's almost cut off by the Moose. And instead, that was Dan Jones who couldn't quite get onto it. It's Burnsy who's going to hopefully not ice it. He does not ice it. It's deflected by Collins. I'm just scared of the icings now, JT.
Maybe we can have a period without any icings.
Oh, Steinbrod looking dangerous. A 2-on-1 here. He looks for his teammate. Is he going to be able to feed him in front? Oh, he does. What a play that was, and what a save. Oh, my goodness. What a feed there by Steinbrod all the way across through the blue paint to Shelton. Shelton looked at that half-open net that he had beckoning, and he goes, I'm going to put it into the pads instead.
I know how that goes.
As it stands, what a save by Poncelin, and Shelton's going to want that one back about 20 times.
I know that shot selection very, very well.
And Shelton's hungry for the goal after that one. The Moose are going to take it the other way and see if they can kind of take their fortunes and get on the scoreboard. Oh, too many moves at the blue line.
Got a little bit too cute there.
They say don't make a move at the blue line. It's implied you don't make 3 moves at the blue line. That was Dan Jones kind of dancing across.
Yeah.
And they can only hold up so long, so we're going to have an offsides. Puck is going to come out.
Tell you what, I've been impressed by the defensive play of Matt Burns this game. He's been in the right position every single time, and sometimes it's not actually getting stick, but just slowing down the offense enough that they don't get to do what they want to do. And we're back.
We are back with the Moose dumping it in. Pfeiffer is going to throw it up the boards for the Goldfish. Moose looking for a bit of sustained pressure, and instead Pfeiffer's going to try and walk it out. She looks up, puts it between the legs, and if that puck sits up, there won't be an icing. Oh, my goodness.
We almost made it a period without icing.
We got so close.
Could open a cake shop with all the icings we've had.
Not a bad play there by Pfeiffer because she had 4 Moose in front of her and no one to pass it to. She goes for the old chip it up the boards and chase it down and got a bit too much chip on it and not quite enough chasing. So another icing. Goldfish won't mind that.
No, not at all. And actually, you know, the Moose will take it too because they get set up in the offensive zone.
Bit of win-win as the face-off win comes back. McIntosh fans on it there. Now the Goldfish are going to go the other way. This is Stronsky, who's been a bit quiet after his 2 goals early on. And he does dump that in for the Goldfish. Moose from behind their own net. Goldfish in front. Oh, shot, rebound off a skate.
Whoa.
That was Coleman's skate.
Coleman would have got an easy one right there, just being in the right position, the right time, almost kicked that one in.
That may have been either Kevin Tilley or Heppley's shot, but that was Coleman's skate that was perfectly angled to go on net. But another save by Poncelin and a welcome to the challenge. Both goaltenders have really slowed the play down. Oh, and that's a dangerous pass right up the middle, and instead there won't be an icing as that's going to be cut down by Helvey. There's a foot race here. Helvey gets the puck, and good defensive play, and then a spin-around move there by the Goldfish defenseman. That was Eppley.
A
Good
little
foot race
spin-a-rooney.
between Eppley and, oh my goodness, what do we have here? Wiggins is going to go to the front of the nets. Stronsky's going to throw it on, and that kind of handcuffs Pansalim, but he makes a wonderful save positionally. And some good communication there by Stronsky. Him and Wiggins were initially going for a foot race, and you see him pointing, saying, no, I got this, go for the pass.
Yeah, he had the speed, and he told him, yeah, I've got the speed, I'll control the puck. You just crash the net and get a rebound or get you open with a pass for a shot.
And that's how you know a team is gelling. They're talking to
Yep.
one another, and they're listening to one another as well, because Wiggins immediately went for the pass and was right on the doorstep for the rebound. Good play and good signs there for the Goldfish. Moose not out of this yet, but the Goldfish are looking very sharp to start this third. 13 minutes and 45
Whoops.
set. Wiggins does a bit of a dance move. I don't know what that was. And
And
it's
that's
gonna
where the
come all the way
Zamboni's
down.
coming on and off. And that can be a little rough spot there pretty much every week, but
I'm
stayed on his feet.
I'm sure he appreciates you giving him a bit of a bailout there. Heppily for the Goldfish. Almost kept in by Current. Current feeds it across to his delayed offsides teammate in Keese, who is now going to pressure the Goldfish. Barnhill throws it forward. Oh, and a good little move there by Wiggins, and he had room to skate if he knew it.
He had plenty of time.
Unfortunately, he just dumps it in. Now the Moose are going to try and get it out. And we've got a battle here as Coleman edges it forward for the Goldfish. That's going to come out to Helvey of the Moose. He stands still, though, flat-footed, and goes for a weird stretch pass.
And it's icing, which will give us time to tell you about D-League Radio. It's brought to you by Red Dragon Herbs. With the cold weather upon us, nothing's better on a chilly day than a nice hot cup of tea. You can enjoy loose leaf tea from its finds from Red Dragon Herbs. They specialize in loose leaf tea from around the world. Great flavors like apple mint or autumn cranberry. They are available at the Timber Ridge County Market in Osceola and the 1884 Coffee Company in Bondurant. Check them out at raddragonherbs.net.
And a wonderful supporter and personality in the league, Ryan Llewellyn, one of the business owners of Red Dragon Herbs. So if you like Llewellyn, all the more reason to support them. And if you don't like Llewellyn, it's still great tea, guys. So
There
go
we
out
go.
there.
If you don't like Llewellyn, that's probably on you.
That's probably on you. I would agree with that. Absolutely. So Collins now for the Moose. And we got 3 Goldfish back, so they're playing very defensive here. And I mean, they're going to make the Moose really make the plays. And TJ Fleming tries to make one. Shot through traffic, blocked by the Goldfish. Looks like it hit Tyler Shelton in the skates as he's kind of lifting that left leg up over and over again, trying to shake out some of the pain. Hopefully not hurt, and hopefully just jarred him for a bit there.
Yeah, it just stings a little bit. He's still skating all right, just
Oh.
trying to get feeling back.
And Austrian, with the cherry pick of all cherry picks, was at the blue line before it even reached center ice, and Steinbrod couldn't quite capture it and get it over to him. He did a backhand to that end of the ice, but got too much angle on it. Now the Moose are going to come the other way, but Pfeiffer was strong on the backhand. She's going to feed that to the center, and just as you like it, the Austrian dumps it in. Gets what looks to be his own rebound, but instead the Moose are going to come out the other side. That's John Barnhill. And Tammy Pfeiffer is forechecking a bit here. And, oh, a good play by Fleming. He's trying to get out. And a good poke and a stick there by Shelton. Shelton's got it, but he's wide on an angle. Just kind of passes it towards the net, bounces around the other side. And that is the Moose defenseman trying to battle with them and get it out there. That's John Barnhill again. Eventually that's going to come out, but Pfeiffer now, just as she was right in front of the net a moment ago, was all the way back at her defensive blue line. And so she collects it, does a good little bounce pass off the boards. And that's collected by Austrian, who backhands it in. Now it's near the Zam doors, and McIntosh of the Moose is going to try and rim it all the way. Good keep there by Pfeiffer. She bounces off the boards again. A few clever plays in a row there for her at defense. Another good keep by Pfeiffer. What a shift she is having. And now the Moose are going to look to go the other way. Fleming was out. Instead, it's kind of steered across the net. And the Goldfish with a bit of sustained pressure, courtesy of Pfeiffer defensively. And guess who? At center ice, here she goes. Oh, and this time it's almost cut off by Fleming. You know, you have a few good plays in a row and you start to feel like you can take on the world. And Fleming wanted to take her down a notch. As it stands, he cut that one off, but it just quickly bounced back into his defensive zone. Good shift there by Pfeiffer with some sustained pressure from the point. And now a long, long pass there by the Moose. That was McIntosh. He couldn't quite hit his partner. That was Blake Curran on the left side. Helby with a shot. That's wide. Curran's going to have this on a very sharp angle. Tries to shovel it towards the net. It's right in front. It's still loose. Still loose. In someone's skate. Forehand. It's loose. Oh, my
Oh.
goodness. Blake Current with the opportunities on the sharp angle. Bit of skill required as that was not an easy angle to put it in, and he hit the side of the cage. Aaron Harris steers aside a shot from further out. That one's from the point. Some sustained pressure by the Moons. And here we go with Burns. Walks it in from the point. What a goal! Deflection from Bros. Deflection from someone. Burns shot that, and it just took off around the top of the circles and deflected into the top corner. Aaron Harris couldn't do anything about that high blocker side, and we got a game on our hands, folks.
Curtin missed the goal there, but he got the assist there, just getting out to the point for a great shot there. My God, what a shot.
What a play that was by Burns. Just the shot, I don't know if there was a deflection. It looked to me like there was. But the wherewithal to have the sharp angle on the point and instead walk it to the center where you're a bit more dangerous, that's as high IQ hockey play as they come. And now we got a game on our hands, 1-goal margin, 8 minutes and 30 seconds left. Anything can happen here. Dan Jones of the Moose with space for once. Got a lot of space, shot on net. No 5-hole available. Aaron Harris has closed that, and he gets a stick save and then steers it off to his teammate. Oh, and Wiggins is sneaking out a bit, but he cannot collect it. Now we got Burns, the recent manufacturer of that goal for the Moose. He's going to pass it across. And now Helvey is at center ice. All 5 Goldfish are in the defensive zone for a moment. They're just shutting up shop. Oh, Helvey comes in, loses control a bit, and crashes into 2 players, Hepley included. But they're okay about that, just kind of chatting to one another. Burns again. What a pass. Oh, no. No icing, but that was a great pass forward to his teammate. Looked like Marquise, and he couldn't collect it on the stick. And the Moose are definitely pressuring here. Coleman's eventually going to get it out. A square pass right across it gets caught in Wiggins's skates. And so it's going to come back to Dan Jones of the Moose, who's going to push her forward. Now Lyle Collins of the Moose tries to get that one in, and he does. And here we go. They're in the zone here. Helvey tries to make a move there, and he is stood right up by Happily of the Goldfish. Important defensive play as the game only has 7 minutes and 20 seconds left. Maintains that 1-goal lead. And the Moose, rather, are having a few opportunities where they're just cycling it around their defenseman and then getting someone free at the blue line. Oh, hip to hip, Hepley against Helvey. And he loses his skates. No one's looking around for a call. Oh, and we have a shot on net. Really wide, not too much on the shot itself, but there were 2 players battling in front. That would have been cause for concern for Puntsland. Instead, he gloves that down. 6 minutes and 45 left. Some good hockey here by the Moose in the last 3 minutes or so.
They've really turned it back on. I mean, yeah, and man, that shot, I can't get over how great of a shot that was. That was, are they going to give?
Who are they going to give it to? They're giving it to Matt Burns, even strength, and so I will withdraw my comment saying it was deflected, and let's just assume he just picked that corner, and he may well would have, because he got some raise on it from the point.
Hopefully they'll give Curtin an assist on there, because he made the great pass to the point to get that shot off.
Curran's had a few good plays, and he's gotten dangerous places. He just hasn't got any rewards, and that one is in the net. That's going to extend that lead to 2 goals. That's Steinbron, and you say it sneaks in. Sneaks in is the correct word. Looks like he didn't quite shut the hole on his right side. Didn't have that vacuum seal up against the post, as from our angle at least, the puck kind of trickled in very slowly, a few seconds delayed. So it must have just slipped out.
And that can be a backbreaker.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That's frustrating for a goalie to give one up like that, because he thought he had it played perfectly.
4-2 to the Goldfish. The Moose are going to have to make something happen quick with only 5 minutes and 30 seconds left. And instead, the Goldfish have got a huge play the other way. Austrian's got Shelton in front. Oh, and he fans on his own shot, fans on his backhand pass, crashes into the boards. He's still got the puck, though. Feeds someone in front, backhand shot there. That was Steinbron. And he couldn't quite get it towards the net. Smith keeps it at the point. Steinbron's all the way back now, and he just bats it out in midair, and it wasn't deflected in front by Austrian. Goes wide instead for the Goldfish. Goldfish have got another kind of burst of energy here with that recent goal, and they're right in front. Player rolls over. That's Shelton.
Shelton looking for his first goal.
He really wants that goal. He could have had one earlier if he cared for it. Sorry, Tyler. But
you don't need to apologize that hard.
The Moose instead, they're going to, I mean, what you can
Another
call as an
icing.
interesting play. 2 goals down, 4 minutes and 40 left. Need all the time they can get. Instead, they choose to ice it.
Yep, while we get another ice, we're going to tell you about So Cherry. Whether you're looking for a great new custom jersey for any sport or some fantastic t-shirts for your upcoming event, So Cherry is your one-stop shop for all your special needs. No minimum order at So Cherry. Whether you need 1 shirt or 100, they will make it happen. Check them out on Facebook or SoCherry.com, the official outfitter of D-League Radio. So Cherry.
So with 4 minutes left, something is going to happen very quickly, or nothing is going to happen at all here for the Moose. And we've got 3 Goldfish just all flying back. They are happy to just shut up shop as we have another
just
offsides
offsides.
by Fleming.
Collins just didn't get back in just enough time, but that's all right. Fleming kind of looking at the sky like, oh man, what do we have to do here? But Fleming's he's only got 1, so he can get a couple more here, tie this game up.
And
He's got the ability.
Well, and looking very dangerous at parts, and it just seems with the Goldfish with this zone defense are just robbing players of the Moose from having any real streaky breakaways or, I mean, anything, rushes. They're having to pass it around in the zone and create sustained pressure for there to be anything. That's going to be off. That's going to be off, and Jones is going to have to circle back around for the Moose. So Pfeiffer is going to have all the time in the world as she puts it up the boards. And is that kept by Collins? Yes, it is.
Collins kept it in with his skate.
And
Nice
he
move.
dumps it in. Bruce is going to want to pressure here as much as he can. That's Smith behind the net for the Goldfish. Shot on net, steered aside off the high part of the glass. That's still in play. Push towards the net. That's loose in front. Oh, just somehow kept out. Coleman with a little pass across the ice that hits Wiggins in the net. And now Pfeiffer of defense has come all the way up. No icing, and she's going to follow up on her own play. That's flipped forward, and that hits her. And then that's still going to be kept back in. And look who we have here. We got Stronsky. Shot on net. Oh, just wide on the far side. Good idea. Couldn't quite get it on net. Goldfish are doing some sustained pressure with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Time running out for the Moose. Moose are going to try and get something going here, but there's corralled. Oh, and they just cannot get the break. Fleming trying to get on the other side of something. And here comes Collins. He's got teammates on the right side if he can see them. Instead, he cuts forward, brings up the bit of the slapper, and can't quite get enough on it. It's going to sit down. 2 minutes and 13 seconds left. And have the Moose pulled their goalie yet?
No, yeah, that's what I'm watching. He's still sitting there, so no indication for the bench either when he's going to come off.
2 minutes flat left. And that's a pretty good, pass across by Punsel and more to Wiggins than to anyone else. And he runs into the boards, and he tries to do a backhand between the legs pass from in front, and he can't get anything on it. Wiggins being so persistent here, though. He's got possession of the puck again with 3 Moose around him. They try to do a big pass out with 1 minute and 40 left, and now back, Current. Current's going to feed his teammate. His teammate's going to be right in front. The Goldfish are back. Good defensive stick there. That was Kevin Tilley. What an important play.
Great play.
Goalie is still on the ice as that one is put in. Delayed offsides, and now they're good, and it's going to have to be now or never. 1 minute and 20 seconds left.
Still sitting
Goldfish.
there, no indication from the bench.
Current can't quite get a handle on it. Some players go flying. That's Kevin Tilley. Current's in their head first. Hepley's trying to get the puck out. That's Tilley again on the backhand. It's going to come out to Helvey. Helvey gets his stick lifted. He's still got possession of the puck right in front. Some back and forth. The player goes flying. Helvey looks around. He's on his knees, and he's exhausted. A minute left. We will have no pulled goalie this game, or it would have already happened. And he puck handles it behind
the net.
bounces it off the net. And that's McIntosh defensively up the left point. Oh, dangerous slide by Helvey into the boards there of his own accord. And that's going to be cut off by Hepley. 40 seconds left. The Moose are going to take possession of it at central ice and try to push it in. That's Kevin Tilley who stands him up instead. And now Hepley goes the other way up the left wing. That's still in. Still in by Ostian. He's got possession. He cannot keep it though. 26 seconds left. All the way back in the Goldfish zone. And they may just stand on this.
That's what I do, just play it in the corner.
Tilley stands still. Oh, tries to get it out, and it comes right off the stick of a Moose player. That was a good cut there by Mark Keefs. And instead, with 10 seconds left, they're going to go on one last walk out of the Goldfish. Thrown towards the net, goes wide. 4 seconds left. Behind the net here, fed in front to Keys. Keys has no time to do anything as the buzzer sounds, and a 4-2 win to the aggressive Goldfish. Anticlimactic finish there at the end after what we looked like would have a real tight game with that 1 goal margin, but it seemed like once the Goldfish got up by 2, What was that, 11:52 of the third period? All the wind just got sucked out of him.
Yeah, absolutely. And just the Goldfish, the aggressive Goldfish, lived up to their namesake. We're real aggressive today. Good on the forecheck, good with the puck, and just kept coming at them, and they walked away with the victory.
Well, a game with what I would argue were different stages. There were at least a few periods or a few portions of the game where it looked like the Moose were going to get that sustained pressure on, maybe get a goal and just extend it. And the Goldfish were just welcome to the challenge. The first half of the game, the Moose weren't set up well enough defensively to stop the Goldfish getting breakaway after breakaway, and that really broke their back early on.
Yeah.
4-2 is a respectable margin, but the Goldfish had a few more opportunities where they could have pushed that higher. The final shots on goal were 26 for the Goldfish to 24 for the Moose. And we'll give you a recap of the goals here. We had Stronsky very early on, 2 minutes and 21 seconds into the first period, unassisted. And then the equalizer, TJ Fleming, assisted by Lyle Collins of the Moose, 1-1 at 8:58. Then we had Chad Hepley of the Goldfish, even strength, assisted by Stronsky. What a game he's had. And then you guessed it, second period, 1 minute and 52 seconds in. The lone goal for the second period was Stronsky of the Goldfish, assisted by Paul Smith. So he has 3 points at that point. 1 minute and 52 into the second period. 1-3, Goldfish are leading. And then we have Matt Burns, who brings it back to 2-3 with his goal, even strength. And what a shot that was.
That was probably the best shot of the game. That was an amazing, amazing shot from the point.
And such a good shot that I myself assumed it was deflected.
Yeah.
Because it just went through traffic, it got the lift on it. He walked it in rather than taking it from the sharp angle, and that was such a smart hockey play. And that lifted the Moose, what we have to say was momentarily, because roughly 3 minutes later, the aggressive Goldfish with Steinbrunn, sharp-angled shot that just barely trickled through for Punslin, and he's going to be thinking about that one later on. And that was where the game was finished, 4-2 to the aggressive Goldfish.
Great game, back and forth action, lots of icing, lots of stretch passes, lots of action, good defense, good forwards. It was a fun game to watch.
Well, one of those games where really in between the icings was some great hockey, and so when we make fun of the icings, it's almost let's have some more of the hockey here. This is great to watch.
Yeah.
I just want to watch some hockey.
I almost expected some more icings in the third period with the Goldfish, but they had the puck so much. I mean, in their own zone, they didn't need to ice it. So,
yeah. So, any final thoughts for you, JT? I mean, to wrap it up, 4-2 to the aggressive Goldfish. What you could argue was a deserved victory. They really had some sustained pressure, and Aaron Harris played so well. Punslin kept the Moose in it for the most part, but I mean, when you have that much sustained pressure, something's going to give eventually.
It just felt like the Goldfish played a better game, played a more sound game, played more to their style, and they came out with a victory. But once again, a great, fast game. I can't believe how quickly that game went by and here in the novice portion of the D-League.
And if you want to talk about bragging rights, prior to this meeting, these guys were all tied up. The first game was a tie, 2-2. The second game went to the Moose, 3-2. The third game went to the Goldfish, 3-2. So 1-1-1 coming into this, and the Goldfish will be very proud to say they are now winning what you would call as the series victory.
Winning the series this year. Yeah, we'll go with the series. That'll work with me.
Okay, so we'll sign off here from D-League Radio. It's been myself, Scott Van Dort. Thanks for being here, JT, with executive producer Rich Harms to my right. How you doing, Rich? Some great hockey today from D-League Radio, and I'm happy that we could finish with an exciting game as well, with that short margin towards the end. And the Moose almost able to pull one out, but the Goldfish just too strong for them.
Still plenty of season left. We're down, 6 games after this?
Jeez,
I don't know,
many.
but the novice might have a couple more practices. But, yeah, we're in the stretch run here before the playoffs.
And playoff hockey is the hockey where anything can happen. The teams are really going to be feeling themselves out here and trying to see what they're going to have to keep in mind when the playoffs come around. As it stands, thank you for joining us today. We're going to be signing off. This has been D-League Radio.